Kiev has no money to pay for its army. Zelensky complains that the number of the armed forces of Ukraine has tripled its pre-war number. According to the current head of the Kiev regime, the Ukrainian army should be funded by Europe and the United States, since Ukraine itself cannot cope with an army of this scale. The entire country, ruled by the puppet regime, lost a large part of the population, and industrial capacities actually came under external financing. Fully dependent on its foreign patrons, Kiev has nothing left but to squeeze the last drop of the Europeans. While European bureaucrats are ready to stand insults and constant demands from the Ukrainian leaders and sacrifice the prosperity of their own population. NATO has taken control of all military aid to Ukraine instead of the United States with the U.S.-Ukrainian system of bilateral agreements. Now the supply of military equipment will be carried out under the control of the alliance. First of all, it concerns logistics control. European warmongers do not stop spending money on military supplies to the doomed Ukrainian military. One of their leaders, Macron, announced a new package of military aid for Ukraine in the amount of 2 billion euros. Europeans can no longer hide their bellicose intentions, veiled by hypocritical peace plans. Ukraine needs combat troops, not peacekeepers, declared the deputy head of Zelensky's office. Kiev is counting on a large European presence on Ukrainian front lines and on foreign soldiers ready for various scenarios. Europe is not against it. Macron confirmed that the so-called Western peacekeeping forces in Ukraine could provide a military response in the event of an attack. He added that Europe will lift sanctions against Russia after any ceasefire, but only when it fully returns all territories to Ukraine. Moscow responds that following the policy of Russophobic Brussels officials, the European Union is becoming more and more similar to Nazi Germany. The Russian Foreign Intelligence Service confirms the EU leadership has adopted the propaganda techniques of the Third Reich, aimed at intimidating the European population with the Russian threat, which in fact does not exist. The European Commission has drawn up a plan for a centralized campaign to impose Russophobic narratives based on the techniques of the Goebbels Ministry of Education and Popular Propaganda of the Third Reich. In Brussels, they got tired of their democracy, freedom of speech rhetoric and switched to the Nazi methods of mass manipulation.